Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
High school football returns here in Metro Detroit, but a lot has changed with how high school sports are being played in the time of COVID-19.
We begin with an Oakland County man charged with sexually assaulting a child he met on an app that's popular with teenagers. Pontiac man who is HIV positive is accused of having sex with a 12-year-old girl he met on Snapchat.
And now police fear there could be more victims. Jason Colthorpe is live in Allen Park with the disturbing allegations. Jason.
Disturbing is such an understatement here, Kimberly, but police say this girl and this man were seeing each other for several weeks before they were caught. She at first thought he was a teenager, just a few years older than her, but soon came to suspect he was closer to 40 years old. And take a listen. It began as a 12-year-old girl chatting on Snapchat with a man she thought was 19. Police say the conversations intensified, and he tracked her to her home by using Snapchat's location services, and they began having sex. It all started to come to light August 19th when her parents reported her missing. She was found 6 hours later by Dearborn police, who say she admitted to being 12 and on her way to see her older boyfriend. An Allen Park investigation soon identified a suspect. He wasn't 19, he was 35-year-old Anthony Hodges of Pontiac.
But one thing always holds true is don't talk to strangers.
Detective Jim Thorburn says Hodges used his influence to convince the girl to run away with him on the day they were discovered. It's another warning for parents to monitor social media.
The kids are so well versed in these platforms, and we aren't as parents. You need to get an idea of who they're talking to, where they're going. Hodges,
who is HIV positive, is charged with 4 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, along with another count involving someone under 13.
It discussed you as a cop, it discussed you as a parent, it discussed you as a human. I mean, there's really no level it doesn't, and especially as me being a father myself and being a police officer at the same time. I mean, we really got to be vigilant on the things we watch. I mean, social media platforms are great. They can be used for good, and they can also be used for evil. This is an instance where it took a turn for the evil.
Yeah, and hard to believe, but that report is sugar-coated. There are a lot of details we can't yet report about this case, but relating to Hodges having HIV, he's also charged with 2 counts of trying to knowingly give it to someone, infect someone who didn't know that he had it, and for being an habitual offender of that offense because he was previously convicted of it. At this point, police do not believe the girl is infected, and they also don't think this is an isolated incident with Hodges. They think there could be a chance other victims will be coming forward. Or in Allen Park, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
All right, Jason. The outbreak of coronavirus cases on the campus of Michigan State leading to more mandatory quarantines.
The Ingham County Health Department has put 11 more large houses on campus on a 14-day quarantine, bringing the total to 39, including 25 fraternity and sorority houses and 14 large rental homes. East of Lansing has reported a 315% increase in COVID cases since September 1st. Statewide, Michigan added 829 new cases in the past 24 hours and is reporting 9 more deaths from the virus. Other headlines. Governor Gretchen Whitmer's office says her requirement that athletes must wear masks will apply to Big Ten football players this fall, but that the administration is open to potentially changing the order.
Didn't seem like it was going to happen just 2 weeks ago, but high school football returned tonight. Mara McDonald was in the stands for the Orchard Lake St. Mary's Walled Lake Western game. COVID, though, Mara, makes the experience quite different.
It is different, Devin. Not necessarily bad, but different. Take a look. You can see all these signs, and that was just the least of it leading up to the gates to the stadium. Bottom line, the kids had a great time. The parents had a great time. But the experience is different. Take a look. Nobody wants to have a fight over masks, so the ground rules are laid before you step foot in the stadium. Then there's a temperature check. Thank you. Hi. And the rules from Lansing say only 2 people per participant are allowed into the stadium, so you're checked off a guest list. Once inside,
That's it!
some things are still the same. But when you get an overall look at the stands, very different. The rules for play mean an end to the student section at these games. Pre-COVID, the stands would be filled up with plenty of people, standing just to get a glimpse of the game. Which means it's primarily parents here, and while they have plenty of football swag, nobody could eclipse Deidre Gabriel.
So this is number 12, Justin Gabriel. This is number 7, Thomas Young. And they're both playing both ways. Justin is a senior and Thomas is a junior.
Game, yes, but for so many of these students and parents like number 78, Adam Dolan, so much more.
My son is a senior, he deserves this.
He's a brain tumor survivor who works 6 days a week to play football and was cleared. And we almost lost him a few years ago. And he's literally rebuilt his body, and for him to come out and play his senior year is a real blessing.
Back here live, I think I'd call that a blessing too. Everybody had a good time here tonight. By the way, final score, Orchard Lake St. Mary's 28, Walled Lake Western 7. We're live in Orchard Lake tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
We'll see how it holds out. Obviously, we'll be watching the cases very closely, and as the season progresses, there's a lot we still don't know. All right, Mara. Tonight, police say 2 men found shot inside an SUV on the Lodge Freeway were actually shot in the parking lot of a Southfield hotel. Investigators pulled over an SUV on the southbound lanes of the Lodge near Livernois around 5 this afternoon. They discovered both of the people inside had gunshot wounds, and investigators later determined the 2 had been shot inside the vehicle in the parking lot of the Westin Hotel in what was apparently a drug deal that became rather violent. The victims, ages 17 and 19, were taken to the hospital, though their injuries were not life-threatening.
An Oakland County mother is facing charges after her newborn baby is left at Sinai Grace Hospital. 23-year-old Jennifer Woodward is charged with assault with intent to murder and child abandonment, in addition to second-degree child abuse. Prosecutors say the young mother threw the infant into a garbage can after giving birth, and that an acquaintance found the newborn and dropped the baby off with a stranger at the hospital. The condition of the child has not been released, but the baby did require a blood transfusion at the hospital. Woodward is being held on a $50,000 bond.
Small group of protesters gathered on Detroit's west side tonight, calling on Detroit's city clerk Janice Winfrey to resign.
The rally was held outside Winfrey's home and is in response to issues during the August primary when 72% of Detroit's absentee ballots weren't recountable, I should say, based on irregularities in ballot handling.
A lot of people say, well, it was the poll workers' fault, right? But it's Janice Winfrey's job again to make sure that those poll workers are trained properly. And you can't keep saying election after election, it's the poll workers' fault. This is not about her personally. This is about her as the Detroit city clerk.
Well, because of the issues during the August primary, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson will partner with Winfrey to oversee Detroit's November election.
Tonight, the State Health Department says cases of eastern equine encephalitis are growing across Michigan. 6 more horses have been confirmed with the rare mosquito-borne virus, bringing the total number of cases now to 28 across 11 counties, including Livingston and Oakland County in southeast Michigan. EEE is the deadliest mosquito virus in the U.S. and killed 6 Michiganders last year. Experts say the best way to avoid the virus is to avoid outdoor activity once the sun goes down in counties where cases have been confirmed.
A downtown Detroit business right next to American and Lafayette Coney Island is believed to be a total loss tonight. A fire broke out inside Tip Top Shoes on Michigan Avenue. Nobody was hurt, and the fire was put out before spreading to the iconic Coney Islands, but everything inside the shoe repair shop was destroyed. An investigation is underway to determine what caused that fire. Still ahead, a dentist is heading to prison for a long time, and it all started with a viral video.
Yeah, what he was caught doing that led to years of legal trouble. Here's Andrew in for Ben tonight. Andrew.
And Kimberly and Devin, a cool to mild day for today. We made it up to 69 degrees, but the cool air, the chilly air, continues to pour in. How chilly does it get tonight? Does it get any warmer as we head toward fall? Your complete 7-day forecast in minutes.
All right, Andrew, but first, a Metro Detroit woman charged with a disturbing crime just months after being charged with child porn charges. The investigation involving a number of police agencies is coming up next.